Are you ready? Are you ready? Here it is. Dun dun dun! Come on guys, you didn't think I'd really have an Ataribox, did you? Let's be real, no one's ever getting one of those. But I have here what might be the next best thing. This is the Atari Flashback 8 Gold HD. And for essentially a third the price of what the Ataribox is going to cost, and coming with 120 preloaded games, this might be the best thing that anyone's ever going to see that has the name Atari on it if they want to play retro games. So let's unbox this thing, see what it's made out of, what kind of games it comes preloaded with, what its interface is like, and how it plays. Let's get going. Alright everyone, here we go. This is the Atari Flashback Gold HD, and I was just walking through my local Walmart today, and of course, I had to stop by the video game section and check out what's new on the shelf, and I saw a bunch of shelves filled with this bad boy, and I thought, oh my god, an actual Ataribox. Oh wait, no, that's impossible, because this thing's real. So I figured, I've actually hadn't had too much experience with the Atari, but might as well pick this up, open it up for all of you guys, test it out, show you guys what the games and interface are like, and you can let me know in the comments down below what you think. Maybe this is an omen of what the actual Ataribox is going to look like. So this thing was 80 bucks at Walmart, and it looked like they had a ton of them. I had no idea anything like this was coming out. And my first impressions in the store was that it looked kind of cool, and that the box was extremely light. So I'm a little bit skeptical already about all the build quality that's going to be in this thing. So here you can see is the front, and here's the back. So you can see that it comes with 120 games. Most of them appear to be on the back here with some pretty cool box art. For most of these, that was some of the best parts of these games. And a couple cool features on the front that you can see here is that, one, it has two wireless controllers, which is pretty cool. It's HDMI, and it appears as though you can save, rewind, and resume any of the games on the system. So that's pretty cool. So let's open this thing up and see what we get. Alright, here we go. I'm going to break the seal. See what 80 bucks gets us. Like I said, this thing feels really, really light. Alright, what do we have in here? We got HDMI cable. Looks like it's decently length, or decently long enough. We have an Atari poster. Actually, no, that's not a poster, that's an instruction manual. With basically what was on the front of the box in poster form and instructions on the back, but okay, let's get this out of the way. And let's see what we actually get here. So, we got an Atari console. Pretty basic here. These are pretty flimsy feeling buttons. But this thing probably weighs about half of what an N64 controller weighs. So there's mostly plastic, but this is not looking good to start. Hopefully the games are great, but you can hear that. That's all the cheap plastic buttons. Thing weighs probably, like I said, about what half of an N64 controller weighs. Actually, these we got five button joysticks. They actually weigh, each of these weighs more than the actual console itself. We got two of these. They are wireless, so there's probably a battery in there, which is why they weigh more than the actual system. And a power cord. That's it in terms of packaging. Not much to it. So let's get this out of the way. Let's get this thing hooked up, and let's see what the games are like. Alright everybody, so while this thing's turning on, I just want to point out that I was a little bit disappointed when I first opened it up, and I noticed that there was a panel on the bottom of each of the controllers held down by a screw, and I'm like, oh no, here we go. So there actually isn't even a built-in battery in these little plastic controllers. It is in fact bring your own batteries, BYOB. And each of these controllers is going to need 2 AAA batteries. So if you were to pick one of these things up, make sure that you have a couple AAAs lying around. Remember, those are those tiny ones that no one ever has. But now that we're open here, it appears as though the controller automatically connects. So that's cool, because I figured that there would be a huge procedure to get this thing going. Right now we're in HD. Now technically that's 720p. But I mean, for the graphical quality of these games, that's more than enough. So let's see what we got here. So we got a pretty, I guess, not horrible looking menu. Looks kind of cool. And we have the choice here to go to all of the Atari classics. So let's open up some of these big ones, and let's see if we can't get a couple of these going. So let's see what we got here. Let's look up. We got Millipede, we got Miniature Golf, we got Atari 2600 Missile Command, Night Driver, Off the Wall. So basically, oh, here we go. Let's see, we even got a Pitfall down here. So let's see if this is the select button. Oh, that's cool. So we get a little bit of a description about the game, how to use it in difficulty switches, instructions. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. You get a little built-in manual. So let's play this game. So you're going to use the fire button on your controller to pick the game, and we're going to hit fire again, and we're on a cool little, okay, and here we're going. All right, here we go. Fire to start. Now let's see. That's fire. That's jump. Okay, pretty straightforward here. Let's see. I've actually never played this game before. So, oh, I see what goes on here. So we obviously can't go into that wall. All right. I mean, controls seem pretty responsive, but graphics are as good as you're going to get on this Atari. So let's jump over both of those guys. And down here. Beautiful. Are we going to get across? Uh-oh. Took some damage there. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This is not looking good. What do you want? This is my first time ever playing this. Let's get a jump. Oh, actually made that rope. Let's get off. No? Okay. Let's try this again. The next one. No, not going to let me off here. Boom. Fire. How do I get off this thing? Maybe if I push down. Right. Yeah, oh, there we go. Oh, getting it. Maybe not. Okay. Now, what are we going to do with these crocodiles? Let's see. I'm going to think I'm going to have to jump across them really quick, and I died. Beautiful. All right. I've got 1 life left. So we're going to have to time this perfectly. Oh, and I died. All right. Last one. Let's make it off of the screen, or we're going to game over. And I gamed over. All right. So there you go. There's Pitfall. So we're going to hit the little reset button. And we're right back out to the main page. That's pretty cool. All right, not horrible. This is actually turning into one of the better ways to play these games. You got everything all in one, and controls appear pretty responsive, and graphics are as good as they're going to get for an Atari. We got Space Invaders. Let's see what's here, and we got a whole bunch. So, Space Invaders. Again, I kind of like this little menu. Play game. Okay, here we go. Fire key. And I am going to town on this. So the Atari was actually way before my time. So I'm a Nintendo kid. So it's actually nice to see a little bit of my heritage and appreciate some of these games that started it all. Let me see if we can't get through this first level of Space Invaders. I'll just bring my own shield there. A couple other cool little features in this game is that at any point you can pick one of these games and see it to your favorites, which is pretty cool. So you can get back at them quickly. Let's see if we can't kill a couple more of these guys and call it a level. Overall, you know, the controls are pretty responsive, as good as you can expect. Let's get a couple more, one more line, we'll call this a day as well. Oh, okay, let's get these guys going. Uh-oh, we got a UFO. What the hell? Oh, took a beating right there. Okay, let's finish up this level. Oh, no. Oh, whoa, okay. There's one more and we're done. Oh, this guy's firing bullets quickly. Alright, here we go. Space Invaders, 1978, all rights reserved. Let's go back to the main menu, and there you have it. What I'll do is, in the description, I'll include all the games that come with this thing, or you can just pause the video at the back of at the beginning when we saw some of the screen art. But here we go. Overall, let's put this thing away, and I'll come back with my final thoughts. Well guys, there you have it, the Atari Flashback 8 Gold HD. And, you know, overall, my thoughts on this system are, one, that it's actually not a horrible way to experience these games. I definitely think that there are huge areas of opportunity for this thing, especially considering the $80 US price tag. First and foremost is the build quality. This is some of the cheapest plastic I've ever seen, and the thing feels so light and it feels like it's gonna break just shaking it. Another thing that I was a little bit disappointed with was the controllers. They got some solid weight to them, but most of that is because of the 2 AA batteries you have to put inside. So the controller easily with 2 AA batteries outweighs the entire system. But again, build quality on these things, I don't know, not so great, but I mean, they get the job done. In terms of the actual interface of the Atari, I like that it's 720p and you get to experience these things in 720p. You don't really need any more than that with the graphics of these types of games. I like that it came with an HDMI cable. And I mean, other than that, the interface was pretty good. I like the save states, I like the rewind. I was also a pretty decent fan of the menu system. Overall, I mean, the games are what they are. But I think the biggest thing here is if you had even considered getting the actual Ataribox made with real wood, even though this thing doesn't come with real wood and it does have its downfalls, for 80 bucks, it's probably the best way on the market to experience some of these games. So I hope you guys enjoyed my review of the Atari Flashback 8 Gold HD, and for everyone else who's actually waiting for a real Ataribox with real wood, don't hold your breath. Switchcraft out.